Welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you how to create openers like this. Before that, let me tell you what is opener. Those who don't know. Those who know can skip this part. These openers are a concept of your content that shows before the video starts. In simple, it's like a trailer of your concept that you highlights. Let's start without wasting more time. Here, I have selected some stuff for my project. This is the composition. You can see here the width and height of the composition on which we are going to create a sports opener. Let's keep this duration for 10 seconds. First, drag this paper into our timeline and increase its scale of it. Adjust it accordingly as per your requirement. Let's rename this as yellow paper. Duplicate this layer. And rename this as a white paper. Drag this white paper down. In Effects, Control search for Fill Effect. Then drag and drop this to this layer. Then change the color to yellow. For this white color, copy and paste this fills effect to this layer, then change the color to white. Let's pull this slightly down. Now go to Project, and then drag and drop the image above the layers. And resize the scale. Then set the image properly. Now change the position. At 20 frames, give the keyframe, then come back to starting of the frame, then give the keyframe and move the position of this image out from the frame. Select these keyframes and make it easy ease, then click this graph icon and then change the graph speed like this. Let's make the movement of the image a little bit more effective by giving motion blur. Now you can see the difference in effect. Rename this layer as first. Duplicate this layer. Let's rename this as a second and bring it down to the first layer. Hit U for the keyframes visible. Let's delete this first keyframe and move a few frames forward and give the keyframe. By holding hit S and T for scale and opacity. Now give the keyframe for both scale and opacity. Resize the scale to 80%, then come back to the first keyframe to decrease the opacity to 0%. Move this keyframe a little bit forward and as well change the position of this image slightly. Select these keyframes and make it easy ease, then click this graph icon and then change the graph speed as earlier I did. Now again duplicate this second layer and drag it down. Hit U to appear keyframes. And rename it as a third layer. Then move these few frames forward. Then change the position of the image slightly and as well decrease the scale size to 75. Perfect. Now finally for this image add the tint effect and change the color according to your treatment. Copy and paste this effect for the third image as well. Create a background for this. Click the right button in the mouse. Then select solid, then change the color to black. No matter which color it is. Let's call this BG. And drag it to the bottom of the layers. Search for gradient ramp. And drop the effect to this background layer. Then change the color. I will pick the color from here. And change the angle of direction. Let me make it a little bit dark. Now pre-compose this paper layers. Let's call it a down layer. For this background, let's add a glow effect. You can see here after effecting glow effect, the background color has been changed a little bit. So let's make little few adjustments here. Go to the project and create one more composition for the text. Enter the text here. Select this text. And in the character tool increase the text size. Then align its center with help of Align tool. Hit enter and type text here. Just select this top text and resize it. In the paragraph, you can align it however you prefer. You have the option here as you see here. Change the position of the text. Hit P, move a few frames forward. Give the keyframe. Then come back at starting frame and change the position towards down. Select these keyframes and make it easy ease. Then click this graph icon and then change the graph speed like this. Now, come to intro composition. Here drag and drop text composition into our timeline. Above this down paper. Change the rotation of text. Let me hide all layers. And set it properly. Select this icon and mask it, like this. Unhide these layers now. Select these images and pre-compose these image layers. Let's call it an image holder. Duplicate this down layer. Let's call it up paper. For this layer I will paste the gradient ramp effect from the background layer. Copy this and paste it here. That's it. Now it's looking good. For up paper we'll give the animation now. Select this layer to hit P, then give the keyframe at starting of the frame. Then move around 1 second, then give the keyframe. I want this text to appear after the animation of the third image, simultaneously. This layer also I want to change its position. Move this text layer forward. And make settings here. I'm forwarding this part so you need to wait for it. Select this keyframe and make it easy ease. Select this layer and at the second keyframe of the up layer move it upward. Select this keyframe, click this graph icon and then change the graph speed. You can see the appearance of our text before the up layer animation. So let's place this text layer in between the down layer and the up layer. Give the motion blur to all these layers so that our animation looks good. Now select this pen tool. Fill color, select non-color and select stroke color. And then create a stroke like this. Keep the stroke size around 60 to 80 so that it gives better look. Click on this arrow button in this Go to Add property, then select Repeater. Click on this Repeater 1. Choose Copies according to your requirement. Then change the position of Repeater 1 in Transform. Let's close this. Align these strokes properly. Pre-compose this now and give the name cross. Double-click on this cross composition. Give the animation for the position. Before that, let's increase the number of copies. And offset, set it around 10. Now change the position of this cross to something like this. This is fine. Now go to Intro Composition. Select Cross Layer. Hit R, then rotate it around -26 degrees, then change its position of it. Then it's for scale and resize it to around 50%. Let's decrease opacity. Hit T, then decrease it to around 40%. Let's increase little bit size of the cross layer by around 60%. Select this icon and create a mask like this for this cross layer. It looks good now. Select this cross layer. Hit P, then give the keyframe. At the end keyframe of the up paper. Then move a few frames forward. Then give the keyframe. Then come back to the first keyframe. Then drag this layer out of the frame. This cross animation is appearing delay. So let's move these keyframes backward. Around here. Perfect. Select these keyframes. And make it easy ease, then click this graph icon and then change the graph speed like this. Finally, duplicate this layer and hit P. Then click the right button on your mouse. Then go to Transform. Then select Flip Horizontal. Hit R to change the rotation value to 0. Then hit P and changes its position like this. Make some changes if you want. Now create an adjustment layer. Hit P and hold Alt and click on this clock icon. And write the expression wiggle open bracket 5, comma 2 close, bracket. Then parent this image holder with this adjustment layer. You can see here the slightly dancing movement of the image. Let's check its wiggle movement by changing the value. Also, the parent links these two cross-layer with this adjustment layer. Let's check the preview now. Go to the window. And here select the preview. Here check on full screen. Perfect. Hope this tutorial is helpful. Please hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. And hit the bell icon to get notifications of upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Until we meet on the next video, have a nice day.